everybody, Brian here, the Motley Mix Merchant. Well, something a little different for this episode. First of all, the hat. I make no excuses for the hat because, quite frankly, I'm just sick and tired of my hair right now, and if I don't wash it within 2 minutes of coming on camera, it looks like a greasy pile of whatever. So I'm going to wear a hat tonight. You can still see my face. That's all that really matters, doesn't it? You are going to be coming along with me as I take part in my weekly Sunday night auction. It's an online auction. I'm going to use a OBS system that I've just downloaded onto my computer, and hopefully it all works well, where you're going to be able to see me on screen, and then you're going to see the computer screen as far as the online auction. And I'll follow along the whole auction. I'm not going to be doing the entire thing live. I'll be editing this down because it is going to take approximately 2 hours or an hour and 40 minutes or so for the auction to run its course. But I'm going to go through it with you and show you exactly the kind of things that I look at and how I handle things when the live auction is ending. And it'll be fun. We'll see how it works out. And if I see that people like this kind of episode, maybe I'll do it every week. And you can follow along with me and go live auctioning with me on tape anyhow, or on recorded version anyhow. Live just take way too long. It's an hour and a half plus. So let's settle in, get ready, and I'll get things going here in a few minutes with the start of the auction in about 5 minutes time. So let's have some fun. All right, so the countdown's on just before the start of the auction, and this is what I look at. This is the way I have my screen set up. I have 3 tabs open. This is the main auction screen. Everything that's taking place tonight is on a website called hibid.com, HIBID.com. If you're anywhere in North America, these auctions are happening all the time. They've got hundreds and hundreds of auctions that you can take part in. A lot of them in Ontario, Canada, along the eastern seaboard and the eastern United States, although they do have them everywhere in the United States and even over in Europe. So hibid.com is a great website to find if you're looking for online auctions, and it's local auctions. This one is separated into Ontario, which is the province I live in, and then you just browse up here by map or by specific things and so on. So this is the way the screen looks. As you can see the countdown, it's less than a minute before things start ending here. I've got the main auction site here. I've got my watch list. See the things in red as it refreshes. Things in reds are things that I have previously bid on, which I am now outbid on, and it will let me know when that happens. And this refreshes every minute while the auction is taking place. And you can see some of the things that I've been outbid on right now. So those are things that I'm keeping an eye on, and it's got a whole list. This is everything I keep an eye on, and I've got possible selling numbers over here. So what something would resell for on eBay. So I have notes to myself in my watch list that I have open in another tab, and then I have eBay open in the last tab here just to try and quickly do some research if an item comes up that I'm interested in. So here we go, 5 seconds, and the first item is going to go for $22.50, looks like, for a Canadian proof-like silver dollar. And it says closing, which means the bids are closed, and then once things are confirmed here in the next 10 seconds, that'll disappear. And usually what it does is, you can see there's 6, 12, they usually do about 15 or so at a time, 12 to 15 at a time. And then as items fall off of the main display, other items from below, and this is the items coming up. You can see here's some of my watchers and outbids. They're coming up. They just fill in up top, and I'll keep it up on the top of the screen here for you to see. So you can see as some of these are leaving because they're closing, there's no new bids on them. These are live, so there's bidding available. You can bid. As you can see, the next bid here, you've got 8 seconds to bid $8 on these cufflinks, but that's not going to happen, I don't think. And then the way these auctions work is if you bid in the last 2 minutes, it automatically adds 2 minutes back onto the time. So you can't last second snipe somebody by bidding in the last second and they don't get a chance to respond. It's called a soft close, and they do it all the time on these, and it's great because somebody can bid you up, try to bid you up in the last minute, but then you've got an extra 2 minutes to respond. So you're not going to get surprised when somebody outbids you at the very last second. Like a live auction, they always give you a chance to reply, and that's the way it works for these. And so you can see as some of these were falling off, Other ones are moving up from down below. Now the ones down below, they're counting down as well. It's usually 15-second increments for all of these items. There's 447 items in today's auction. And so it's going to take about an hour and a half, I think, maybe a little bit more actually, to get through all of this. But I've got items coming up that I'm watching. This one I don't think I'm going to go for. And then what you can do is you click on it and bring it up here on the screen. And so these are some boat gauges, but I can't find any black ones for sale on eBay or sold recently on eBay. So I don't know how much they're really worth. The silver finish ones go for about $20 each, but I don't know about these black ones. So I'm not sure how well they will sell. So I'm not going to go for them. I don't think. I'm watching them, but I'm not going to bid on these because I just don't think that the market is there yet. So I'm trying not to scroll too much for you here so you can at least see what's happening on the screen and the kind of things that I look for. On my watch list, as we go up here, actually, no, I'm not going to go to the watch list because I have items coming up that I might bid on. These two gauges here sell for about $40 to $60 a piece. And right now they're at $9 for the two of them. So I think I'm going to bid on those. Actually, I think I'm going to bid on those right now because we're getting close to the last couple of minutes. So it opens another screen and you actually get to load. Okay, so I'm going to be in the last 2 minutes, but I'm going to change this to $10 as my new max bid. So that way if somebody has, there you go, I'm winning right now at $9. It'll update and show in green that I'm winning it. Yep, there we go. I'm winning at $9 for these two oil pressure gauges. Now these gauges, as I say, sell for $40 to $60 a piece. So somebody can now bid, but if they bid $10, I've already bid $10, and so they're not going to be the winning bidder. I am. They have to bid more than 10 now in order to beat me to this item. This one here is the one that I bid on earlier. You can see that was outbid as well before on that. $30 now. I thought they might go for about 10. They're going for $30 now. So we'll see what happens with these two for $9. These, I think somebody may bid me up on these. I'm not holding my breath that I'm going to get this in the next 3 minutes, but we'll see. So, but yeah, you can see this one here. I was watching too, and nobody's bid against it. $3 is the current bid on those black finish gauges. Nobody seems to want those drastically anyhow. The rest of them are going for good money. See, the same, and they're the same, different kind, a different make, but they're all for boats. So I don't know. So right now, still holding on to that one. But let's see what's coming up here. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. If somebody outbids me, they outbid me $10. That's the max I'm going to go on those anyhow. If somebody bids 11, they can have them. But you see, it just lists everything in order. You can go through and see if there's things that you're looking for. You should have, and I have done extensive research on this entire catalog to try and see what might be worth a little bit of money, and so far so good. So I'm just going to stay with you all the way through till this one is over, and we'll see if I get this in the next now 2 minutes, and then I'm going to just do some editing as this entire auction goes through and show you the highlights or anything that I find interesting. I'm going to keep recording, and I'll just keep talking when I find things interesting and edit it all together so we have an episode here and let you see the kinds of things that I look at and the kinds of things I see when I'm doing these online auctions. And so right now I've got a minute and a half left to see if somebody outbids me on these two Virage boat PSI gauges. Again, there's a lot of gauges online that say they fit the same opening as Virage gauges, but there's not a lot of Virage gauges out there. So these are new old stock in the box. That's why I'm going for them, because I think they're going to go for a fairly good price. And yeah, so now I'm 1 minute away, and we'll see how that goes. This is the fun part of it for me. I know what my max bid is. Always try and think of how much you're willing to pay for something. I mean, if I get this, that's $5 per item. And if they sell for, even if they have to come down in price a little bit and I sell them for $30 to $35 per item, I only put $5 Canadian into them. And so that's a pretty good return. And that's the way I look at it, is the return per item. Sometimes there's lots that have, like this has 6 guitar string packages in it for $3. That's 50 cents per package. So if you're selling those for $10 each online, you're making a pretty good return. I don't think they sell for that much. I couldn't find any matching comps on these guitar strings. I'm going to have to hit refresh here because the rest of the screen, no, I'm not going to, because I'm 15 seconds away from getting these gauges. And as you can see, it counts down. And it looks like I'm going to get my gauges because somebody tries to last second snipe me now. It'll reset to 2 more minutes, but it looks like I win. There it is. Closing, lit up in green, means it's mine. I'm the winning bidder. Got them for $9, so $4.50 per gauge. And they sell, as I say, online for $40 to $60 a piece. And as people are now heading out onto their boats and fixing up their boats, I'm going to resell those on eBay next week. So I will be picking them up in the next few days. All right. So anyhow, I'm just going to follow along on the auction here, and I'll pop back through editing. The magic of editing will pop back onto the screen. And actually what happens is after I win that, now I go to my watch list. As you can see, I've won that, and it says winning, but that means you've won it. This one was the one I didn't end up bidding on, so I can just get rid of that because it gets rid of the item off of my list and it doesn't clutter up things. And now the next thing coming up is in a lot number 175. We're in around number 50 now, and I'm thinking of trying to get some ceramics, a couple of an Ainsley creamer and sugar. I'll bring it up here for you. Ainsley creamer and sugar, a Sadler creamer and sugar. This dish here alone is worth about $20. So I may bid this up a little bit. Might go to about 10 or 12 on this one. We'll see. I'll let you know how it goes. How about this one? Look at this. How about this one right here, folks? A vintage Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazord toy. It works. It's brand new in the box, I think. There it is. And it's back to 1993 deluxe set. Look at the price on this one. $130 right now. Sorry, it keeps moving around as things drop off, but $130 for the Megazord toy. That's crazy. And it's not done yet, I don't think. 22 bids, 30 seconds left to go. I wonder if anyone's going to go higher than 130. I don't know. That's crazy for a 1990s toy. Holy cow. Just a quick look here, just to let you know, remember everybody says, and I say it too, Disney sells. Well, look at these items. This is over here on the far left-hand side, vintage Snoopy and Disney children's cutlery set. There's 2 Snoopy spoons and there's Disney forks there. Right now it's going for $20. And then there's a Disney Interactive Library, but it's the Spanish version. And it's right now going for $17.50. This resells on eBay for about $30 to $35. And somebody's going to get it. If it's for personal use, you can get really, really good prices on online auctions for your own personal use. Resale, you have to be very, very careful of what you're paying. So looks like someone's going to get that for $17.50. Actually, if you ever catch me on my phone during this thing and I forget to edit it out, my son, who also does eBay reselling, is taking part in this auction as well. We're texting each other to make sure we don't bid against each other on certain items. And he was going for this Disney Interactive Library thing. But he was only going to go to $15 because it only sells for $30 to $40 max. So the next bid up would be $20, and he doesn't want to go to $20 for that. Not worth it. So somebody else can have it. So yeah, that's the thing. A lot of this stuff for resale, especially, you just have to do your research. And with lots of time on my hands, not being able to work right now, I've got lots of time. Do lots of research. Okay, so here's what I'm doing real quick. I've got a minute and a half to look this up. This got 0 bids on it right now. It's a stuffed giraffe measuring chart. So I'm going to go to my eBay page here and just type it in, stuffed giraffe measuring chart. And I like to snipe things that nobody else is bidding on. Let's see, nope, no exact matches. I'm not going to bother searching for it. From what I can see, I don't see anything like it. So I'm not going to bid on it, but that's what I'd like to do. Especially last couple minutes, if nobody's bid on something, jump in and see, nobody's still bid on it. It's not going to sell. So it's not worth it. If you can't find a comp on eBay on the solds right away, I don't bother because it's just not worth the risk. Even if it's only $3, it's $3 I can use towards something else and maybe up my bid on another item. These 2 DVDs going for great prices, $7 and $3. No remotes though, as is condition, but they've turned them on and they power up and that kind of thing. So good prices though. $3 for a Sony DVD player. If it works, and is in good condition inside, someone just got themselves a great deal. I'm going to go back to my watch list right now. I've got a whole bunch of stuff coming up here in the 200s in the next 5 minutes or so. Not even that, 4 minutes. So I'm going to get rid of that. There's some pieces here that I definitely want to keep an eye on. They're worth this HPI Racing is one of the racing companies for RC racing. They've got a Dodge Viper body. It sells for $50 to $75 in my research. Right now the bid's at 11, so let's see if it's coming up here. There they are. Dodge Viper's at 11, sells for 50 to 75. I think I'm going to bid that to 15 right now. I'm going to take a chance, bid that up to $15, and see if anybody goes against me for it. No, you know what? Somebody already bid 15 as their max, so I don't become the winning bidder because somebody before me has set $15 as their maximum bid. Right now it's $17.50. With fees and everything, that's about $23. And it's only selling for 50 to 75 online. It's not worth it. I can't do it. I've got so much of the RC stuff already that it's not worth blowing a whole bunch of money on an item that may or may not sell for a good price. So I'm not going to bother. But this one is actually only $4. Mercedes-Benz body. I am going to bid on this one. I'm going to take this one up to $7. And we'll see if somebody wants it really bad. So I'm bidding up to $7 and I'm winning it at $5. So let's see what happens here. Get rid of that. And you can see I am winning at $5 with a max bid of $7. So we shall see. Again, this one's already too high as well. $17.50, $15 for the Dodge Viper, $17.50 for the BMW Coupe. See, now somebody has just bid against me and tried to bid $7. There you go. They bid against me. They got it $8. They outbid me for $8. Not worth it any higher. Just not enough of a return. Not enough of a return. So, and I've got some bodies already that I need to ship. And these are big bodies. These are like 18 inches plus, 18 inches long. So they're not small to ship. You got to put them in a box because they're plastic. So they're going to get crushed if you put them in a poly bag or whatever. So it's really not worth bidding these up too high because you're not going to get the return and it's just going to cost you. So, oh well. No more RC stuff, I think. That ship has sailed as far as being a honey hole for me. I think the RC stuff is gone because prices are starting to go up pretty high on the RC stuff. So it looks like all three of the bodies that I was looking at are going to go for $20 each. See, with fees and taxes, that takes it up to about $27. Definitely not worth it for resale, but a great price if somebody's a remote control car enthusiast. That's great prices for somebody who wants it for themselves. But just want to show you something coming up here. Try not to scroll too fast. Whole bunch of stuff coming up, and a lot of it, and zero bids on most of it. It's silicone oil, racing oil, that kind of thing. These sell for a half decent price, but I can't ship them across the border. They're considered a hazardous material. There's also a whole bunch of lots coming up later on that have paint for the RC cars. There's paint coming up. I can't ship them, so you have to know what you're able to actually ship and sell, because I can't ship that across the border. I'm a Canadian, of course, and I cannot ship paints or anything like a silicone oil because it's considered a hazardous material by both Canada Post and the U.S. Postal Service. So couldn't even bid on these if I wanted to, but I don't want to. They're not worth that much money anyhow. So, yep, all three of those bodies sold for $20 a piece. So someone got a great deal if it's for themselves. Iffy deal if they're going to try and resell it. So yeah, here's a good example. This is what I was talking about. Here's all the boxes of paint. It's RC racing car finish paint. There's like 7 lots of them. Some of them have no bidders. They're at $3 or $4. They sell for really good money, but I can't ship them. I'm not allowed to ship them to the United States, so I'm not even going to bother, because having Canadian-only buyers really cuts down on your possibility of selling these. And they get good prices too. It's too bad. Some of these, the red ones especially, the red, if you're ever looking for a bolo and you find remote control car paint and there's red ones, these will sell for about $10 to $15 a piece, and there's 6 of them in this box. Someone's going to get them for $3 for the whole box of 6. So unfortunately, just can't go for it. I just thought to tell you something. If you're hearing beeps and that kind of thing in the background, that's the, sorry, I forgot to warn you about that. That's the sound of items going up. Actually, I'm sorry, I could mute that. So there we go. I apologize if for the first half of this you've been hearing beeps and boops and that kind of thing, because that's the sound that it makes when a bid goes on. So sorry, I forgot that there was a mute button. Now this is interesting to me, not because of a resale point of view, but a personal point of view. I'm in my upper 50s, born in 1962, and I received a brand new silver dollar, Canadian silver dollar, every year on my birthday until I was 10 years old from my grandfather. Well, they're selling right now Canadian silver dollars from the years when I was 1 to 10 years old, 64 through 67. There's a few more coming up later on, and they're getting $20, $15 each, $15 each, some are 20. So good to know that if I ever am in a really, really bad way for money and I need a couple $100, that I could throw my silver dollars online and get $15 each for them. Actually, maybe more. I don't know if these are collectors. I would think these are collectors. It's hard to get for that price. You're not going to resell that for anything worth money. So these are collectors trying to get these, but yeah, $15 to $20. Good to know if I ever need it. I've got these 3 things here that I'm watching, and I'm not really big into ephemera, paper and that kind of thing. I just don't know it well enough to sell it and have knowledge of what I'm actually trying to sell. But I thought these were really cool. It's like the 1858 New York Daily Tribune, 1826 the Saturday Evening Post of Philadelphia. They're going for $3 right now, but I don't know what they're going to sell for. I can't find anything on eBay that really is along the same lines. So I don't know if it's worth it trying to get them, because they're only going for $3 right now. And this is an original blueprint from a motor, and it's got a picture of it and the blueprint, and it's up to $22.50. I knew that would go very high because that's beautiful for a frame. If you put that in a frame in an office, that would be very, very stunning. So I'm just, ephemera, it's such a specialized field. You don't know if you're just getting a rag, a piece of paper, or if you're getting something that's worth a little bit of money. And I don't know, 1826 though, and 1858, that's old newspapers, boy. I don't know. I'm not going to go for it this time. I'm going to do some research. They've had it pretty regularly, so I'm going to keep doing some research on ephemera and newspapers and old print and that kind of thing. Maybe I'll get into that a little bit, because it seems like people like it. So, and yeah, while I'm still talking to you, look at this. Eric Dickerson has gone up to $32.50 on the rookie card for him. It's really only worth about 30 to 40 on eBay anyhow, especially graded by this company. It's graded by BCCG, which is a grading company, but not a very well-respected grading company. Not like PSA or Beckett. So, I don't know. I think that's a pretty high price, actually, for the Eric Dickerson card. Okay, I just did a quick lookup, and these flywheels sell for $10 to $15 a piece. And you know what? I'm just going to throw them in my store. I'll probably put $15 on them with free shipping. I'll still make about $10 profit on them. Nobody wants them really bad. They were at $0. So I'm going to go for it. $3 a piece, Canadian. Sell them for $15 US. Works out to about $18 Canadian. Still a good $10 to $12 profit after shipping. So, you know what? I want to try and get some stuff. I've only got one item so far today. You can see on my watch list right here, that's the only green thing, was that those 2 PSI gauges from way at the beginning of the auction. So trying to pick something up, and I'll spend a couple of bucks. I was looking to spend $20 to $25 tonight on small things, so you know, we'll do it. This one I was watching, it's got 0 bids, but I just looked it up and it's only worth about $6, so I'm not going to bother bidding on that. And that one's already at 3 and it only sells for about 12 to 14, so I'm not going to bother bidding on that either. So I'll see if I can pick up these 3 flywheels. Give it a shot. You never know. I'll keep them around. If somebody doesn't buy them right away, they'll buy them next year, kind of thing. So I already sold 2 other pieces of RC parts tonight before the auction started. So far so good. Again, a lot of this RC stuff is going to people who are going to be using it themselves, because this stuff doesn't resell at all, like $1, $2, some of it. So obviously people that are going to be using this themselves are buying it. This one is iffy. $15 for the power panel and plug driver. Actually, I'm going to really quickly look that up. Power panel plug driver. Let's see if there's any results. 2 results. 2017. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to bid on that if it's still there. Where is it? Oh, somebody bid $3 already on that one, the brand new one. I'm going to bid 4. If they want it for 5, they can have it, but I'll bid 4 on it. The other ones looks like I'm getting. I got the 1. There's number 2. And here comes number 3. So I got all 3 of those for $3 a piece, plus 15% buyer's premium, plus 13% HST. And somebody did bid that up to $5. As you can see, it's now red. It's not mine anymore. They can have it for 5. It's only going to resell for 15 to 20. I'm not going to do that. Not tonight. Not tonight anyhow. Lots more racing stuff. They still have so much of this RC racing stuff that they're going through. It's just crazy, and they're getting pretty good prices for it. They're getting pretty good prices for this stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, again, this isn't a great price for me for resale. $5 here. This one's at 3, and it's probably going to go. Not brand new. But for somebody who's an RC enthusiast, that's a great price for that piece, because you're paying minimum $15 US to get it. So good for them. Not good for me for resale. All right, here's an item that I want to show you and follow, because this item was mine up until about 3 hours ago. A member of my family and myself were going to go together and purchase this Tiffany sterling silver Louis Comfort Tiffany vase. It's gorgeous. I asked to see it last week when I picked up my stuff, and it is in gorgeous, gorgeous condition. I think it's in. They did a bunch of reproductions of this back in the 1970s, but this is an original, and it is from the 1910 time frame or so. We were going to go to $325, because when you add on fees and that kind of stuff, $325 is just over $400. So right now somebody has outbid me at $350. I'm going to be a little upset if they get it for $350 and nobody bids against them. But right now the next bid up is $375, and that makes it about $500. And it's only worth on eBay on retail between $800 and $1,000. So it's a big ticket item. I mean, we were going to enjoy it and show it off and that kind of thing for a bit, but it's just too much of an investment right now, especially in these times when we're not working, but I'm doing well enough on eBay that I can afford to try this kind of thing. So let's see when it comes up, see if it sells for $350 or if there's somebody else interested in it besides the person that outbid us. And that's coming up in about 3 minutes time by the looks of it. All right, there it is. $350 right now is the highest bid. It hasn't moved since about 2 hours ago when they outbid us at $325. I just can't do $375 because that's $500 with fees, and it's just a little out of our price range right now. I'm going to be a little upset if it goes for $350, but what are you going to do? You got to set your limits. You don't want to get auction fever and just start bidding because somebody outbid you. You don't want to bid higher and get angry. You have to have your limits set. And it looks like this person's going to get this $800 to $1,000 Tiffany vase for $350 Canadian. It goes for 800 to 1,000 US. Yes, I'm a little frustrated, but that's the name of the game, right? That's the way it goes. You just can't. You can't bid on everything. You can't win everything, and especially big ticket items. You got to set your limit, or else you're going to be in trouble. You're going to go broke real fast, because if we have to sit on that for a while, that's money we don't have in our pockets or aren't able to use for other things, right? So there it goes. 10 seconds left. It's going to go for $350. I'm not happy, but it's the way it crumbles. They got it for $350. Good for them. If it's a reseller, good for you. If it's somebody for their personal collection, that's a great, great price for a $1,000 vase. Anyhow. Oh well, c'est la vie. All right, we're getting down here to the last bit here. 447 lots. We're in the upper 400s, 420s right now. And there's two items that I'm interested in right at the very end of the auction here. This one I'm going to bid on right now because it's probably in the last 2 minutes. So I'm going to bid on it right away. It's a shelf. And I want to get this shelf if I can. See if it lets me bid $17.50. That means they have to go to 20 to beat me. All right, so I am the high bid at $15, which means they will have to go to $20 to beat me. But that's a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shelf unit. And I need some more storage space. So let's see if it keeps in my possession for the next 2 minutes or so. It should update any second now. I'll put it up on the top. Here it comes. There we go, 1:54. So I got it in there just in time before the 2 minutes, the final 2 minutes, so it did not reset the time. So now there's less than 2 minutes for somebody to bid $17.50, which is actually going to still be mine. They have to go to $20 in order to get it. There's a small stain on the shelf, but I don't care. This isn't going to be in display anywhere. This is just for storing my eBay items. So if I can get that for $15, I'll be very, very happy, because then I can make some more storage space and keep on with my reorganization that is ongoing right now. So let's see. I'll talk you through the next minute and a bit. So it's getting to the end of the auction. There's a few things left. I think that's it right there. 459. How many does it say we have? 447. So yeah, there's the numbering skips numbers sometimes. So we're getting down to the end of the auction. So yeah, 1 minute left now to win my bookcase. I gotta think about how I'm going to get that home. It's 6 feet tall, and I've got a small Hyundai Elantra, so I may have to get my son to pick it up in his SUV for me. Oh well. So he will. I know he will, because he lives 3 blocks from the auction house. So, but let's see. Countdown's on. There's another item down here that I was interested in. I had $5 as my max bid. It is German military postcards, and they're in great condition. And people collect this stuff. Right now they're at $15 though. So that's $5 per item. And I think they sell in the $15 to $20 range. So don't think I'm going to go for that. Looks like I'm going to win this bookcase. We are down to the last 10 seconds now. If they bid me up to $20, they can have it, because I'm not going to go $20. But $15, pretty good for a wood bookshelf. So I have now won it. There you go. Closing. As soon as it says closing, it's over. And then it'll disappear off the screen, but it will show up in my watch list of things that I won. A lot of things closing right now. Nobody bidding up on things here in the last little bit of the auction. There they go. I'm sort of iffy on these military postcards. Got a couple minutes. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a search. Let's do a quick German military postcards. Let's see what comes up. Yeah, see, they sell. There's lots, tons out there. 1,100 of them selling. And, you know, $10 for... I'm looking at the ones that have pictures of people. $8. Sorry if I'm scrolling too fast for here. $13 for somebody. You know, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think see, it's at $17.50 now, so that means $20 for the next bid. No, it's not worth it. And this Mussolini one that I was watching is $6. It's only going to go sell for 15 to 20 as well. Next bid's $7, not worth it. So anyhow, I'm done. There's more things coming up, but I think I am finished with this auction, folks. I don't see anything else coming up that I'm interested in. Most of the things have bids on them already. I'm not going to be able to snipe something that's got no bidders. I'm not interested in folk art hangings that have 0 bids in them right now. So I think that's it. So there you see how I go through this on Sunday nights. I'm going to close those off. Now that this auction's done, this is other auctions coming up in the next week. There's one nearby near Toronto that I'm keeping an eye on some things, and there's another one. This is next week's Niagara Falls one. I've already got some items bookmarked. So with this highbid.com, you can just bookmark all kinds of items and just keep them in your watch list and then pay attention from there. So there you go. I picked up 5 lots tonight. Bookshelf, 3 racing things at $3 each. So I got this for 15, 3, 6, 9's 24, and this was 9, I think. So $33 worth of stuff. This one's for me, so I'm not even going to count that one. So I've got $18 worth of items here that I picked up, which are going to be for resale. If both of these gauges go between $40 and $60 right there, let's go low end. That's $40 each. Let's say that's 80. These are each 15 each. That's 45. So $125 return possibly on my $18 Canadian investment. I'm happy with that. I'll take that all the time. That's well over the 5 times my money return that I'm looking for when it comes to total prices for bought things on auctions. So I'm happy. And that's how I do it. That's how I go through an online auction on Sunday nights. And I'm just going to keep doing it until the live auctions come back in. And then I'm hopefully going to be able to start snagging some box lots of things. Not a lot of box lots in online auctions. So we'll see. It's been fun going through this with you tonight. And I hope you enjoyed it and saw the kind of things that I look for and how I do this. And if you're interested in it at all, Highbid, Hibid, highbid.com. It's a great website. There's all kinds of them out there, obviously. But this one is great for my local area, and I just am enjoying this, and I'm going to keep on buying things because I keep on selling things. This was a busy, crazy weekend, and so I've got to get going because I have to go pack some things that just sold before the auction started, and I have to ship out tomorrow now. So anyhow, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for tuning in for this Come Auction With Me episode, and I will see you again very soon on another episode of M Cubed. Bye for now, everybody. Cheers.